What is going on, you streetcar chipmunks? I am Chris, and today at Nostalgia Dig, we are going to be finishing this mixed lot that I've been working on. This is video 4, I believe, and it's time to finish it off, and I think we'll do it today pretty easily. So without further ado, let's dig in. Okay, we have a very colorful looking car here. It's really cute. It's a fun design. Oh, I was just going to look on the bottom. Wendy's. Copyright 1992, Wendy's International, made in China. This might be the first kids' meal toy I've gotten from Wendy's. I don't think they're really known for that. I mean, all of them have done it at one point or another. Most of them have. But you don't hear a lot about Wendy's getting into that toy game, you know? And also, what is it? Besides just a cool looking car, is it from something? Usually they're promoting something. And the bumpers kind of move a little bit. And it makes that noise like when you rev it back, but it didn't go forward. It doesn't do anything anymore. No longer works as intended. Interesting. Just a Wendy's car. I wonder if there's more to this, or if it is just really just a Wendy's car. Well, fun. I think that's a first. That's a channel first. A Wendy's kids meal toy. Cool. Okay, next we have Mr. Tony Stark, Iron Man. He's on a little platform with the Avengers logo here. He's got a button. Oh, ready to blast you with his repulsor beam. So they have very stylized with the big head, as is kind of popular now. I don't know if Funko, I don't think, started that trend, but it's definitely more popular now because of that, because of the wild success of Funko having things with larger heads and smaller bodies. I myself often draw monsters with big heads and small bodies. Not because of Funko, I've been doing that for a long time, but it's something I gravitate towards. It says copyright 2019 Marvel, made for McDonald's. Okay, so Happy Meal toy. 2019. Would that have been Endgame or Infinity War, maybe? Because that was just pre-pandemic, and I feel like those came out before the pandemic. Endgame? My best guess. This is an Endgame McDonald's Happy Meal toy. As always, I could be totally off on that, but that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, Tony Stark. Next, we have Ariel from The Little Mermaid. It says on her back here, copyright Disney, made in China. So I think could be the same situation as the Timon, which I have right here. I'll just show it. This was in the same lot. Looks like they could be from the same line, maybe. They have similar information on them, or lack of information, but it's written the same way, so that makes me believe that they might be from a set or from something like that. Not sure. It's a cute little Ariel. She stands up. And got her little seahorse there that she's cuddling. First time I saw Little Mermaid was actually in the theater, but not when it originally came out. I think it was like a 10-year anniversary, maybe. It was when I was working at the movie theater, and they had re-released it. And I had a couple of friends that were really into The Little Mermaid. Like, that was their thing when they were a kid. So they were really excited. So I went to see it with them. And it was fun. I liked it. I liked it the first time I saw it. And that was a time when I wasn't as into Disney but I still enjoyed it, and I enjoy them all immensely now. I have a great appreciation for these Disney animated movies. This is a white Ratmobile, like an albino Ratmobile. It's wonderful. That's a mean looking rat. Okay, so this is actual Hot Wheels. I say actual Hot Wheels because I often label every car this size a Hot Wheel or a Matchbox. But yes, it says Hot Wheels on the bottom. Copyright Mattel, 1988, Malaysia. Fun. My favorite type of toy car are the ones that look like giant, mean albino rats and things of that like. Yep. Love it. Oh, cool. We have a little, is that Goofy and Max from Goofy movie? I will admit that I just saw that movie for the first time probably in 2021. I didn't see it when I was younger. And, I kept seeing like people kind of raving about it. Like, people love this movie. See Powerline t-shirts everywhere and things like that. And I was like, what is the big deal with this movie? Because I always thought it was more like it wasn't one of like the premier animated movies. It was more like their studio that did stuff that was made for television or sequels that go direct to video, things like that. So I never gave it much like thought. And I watched it, and it was a lot of fun. People really love it, and I get it. It is a ton of fun, and I love Goofy. He's just a delightful Disney character. I forget what movie it was from, but the one where it was in Argentina, and he was like a gaucho or like like their cowboy, and it was showing him like out on the range, like doing it's just the run animation from Goofy riding that horse. If you know what I'm talking about, then you probably understand, and if not, this probably sounds crazy, but just the run cycle, like the run animation on that was an immense amount of humor. And that was from like the 40s, maybe. But yeah, I love these characters. I have a new appreciation for Max and an old appreciation for Goofy. Yeah, and this is from their road trip across the country to see Powerline. Or to do what Goofy wanted to do, which he didn't know he was going to see Powerline. I think that was how it went. It does something. Yeah. Okay, next we have Daffy Duck as a firefighter. And this is metal. This is a cool, like, metal figure. It's a plastic Daffy, but it's a metal truck. Daffy has always been one of my favorite of the Looney Tunes since I was a kid. I've just enjoyed Daffy Duck. Haven't watched anything in a long time, so I don't know if that holds up to me, but probably does. Looney Tunes are great, especially anything Chuck Jones did. I just love dearly Chuck Jones stuff. Okay, it says the Ertl Company, ERTL, from Dyersville, Iowa. Looney Tunes, copyright Warner Brothers, 1988. Okay, so Ertl made this really cool Daffy Duck firefighter. I like this one. It's very nice. I like it. Okay, next we have a little green army man, but smaller than a normal one and harder plastic. So this is strikes me more as something that came in a model set, or and maybe came in like a set of terrain to make a military scene, or with a model vehicle that you build, possibly. Could be way off on that. There's no information, but it feels different than a normal little green army man, you know. I see you. Didn't think I'd be saying this, but next we have Mozart. We have a bust of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. It says 1756 to 1791, the years he was alive. Just a little bust. Nothing on the bottom, just a hole. Looks like it's made of soap, but it's not. It's just like hard plastic. Wonder if this came in a set. I could see this coming in a set with, like, you know, Beethoven and Bach and a few of those other famous guys, just to maybe set up in a classroom or a music room. Or, I don't know. Don't know where this would have come from. It's not like the type of thing that a kid would play with. It's more like it's a statuary bust, but like a representation of it. Maybe you would buy this in a museum if you're just a big fan of Mozart and you want to be reminded of his music every time you look at it. You know, I used to watch the movie Amadeus occasionally. It was a lot of fun, and the guy that played Mozart was really good. But I feel like the first half of that movie is a ton of fun, and the second half is really dark. And the whole movie is good, but I do remember watching the first half more than the second half. Sometimes I just wasn't in the mood for the dark half. Sometimes you just want to see the happy stuff and the fun stuff. Yeah. Mozart bust. I can definitely say this is the first Mozart-related toy that I own. Okay, we've come to the end of this mixed lot. There's just one figure left. I will say that as I was about to purchase this was the reason I bought it. And I've been saving this one for the end on purpose, because I don't have any figures of this character until now. Truly is nostalgic for me. And I'm building it up a lot. It might not be that exciting to you, but without further ado, we have Mac Tonight. And you probably don't remember this character unless you're a certain age or older, because he was around and then he was gone. Not sure if they ever tried to make a comeback with him at McDonald's, but I mean, if you can see the logo here, but yes, Mac Tonight was a McDonald's mascot, like a secondary main mascot to Ronald for a while in the 80s, I believe. He's just a guy with a big moon head and sunglasses, and he would sing a song about himself. There's an old song called Mac the Knife, and they replaced the words Mac the Knife with Mac Tonight, which is his name. And he was kind of like, sort of lounge singer-ish, Frank Sinatra era singer type guy. He usually wore a suit. He usually wasn't dressed like this. He usually wore more like a cool looking suit. But yeah, they had some Happy Meal toys of him at one point, and here he is riding a scooter. Let's see if there's any more info on here. Yeah, copyright 1988 McDonald's. I was the right age to really remember things like this. definitely. And I feel like they made a big push on Mac Tonight, and then they just kind of dropped it. They went back to Ronald and that gang for a while, and then they kind of dropped Ronald's gang, and it was just Ronald. And then they kind of dropped them all completely. They're just kind of there in the background now, but remember there was a whole thing. McDonald's wanted to have a more adult feel to them and less like they were catering to children to get more, adults to eat there without their kids. That's kind of a sad time in McDonald's history. Like, I don't eat at McDonald's anymore. I haven't eaten there in many, many years. But I have fond memories of McDonald's as a child. It was like a very special place, especially where I live, where I grew up. We were really far away from places like Disney. There are a few amusement parks, but they're still even an hour away, and we only went there maybe once a year, twice if you're lucky, So your everyday fun as a kid a lot of times came from going to McDonald's, playing on the playground, getting a Happy Meal, getting a toy like this. Yeah, it's good memories though. It's fun. But yeah, Mac Tonight. Go ahead and look up more info on Mac Tonight if you want to know more. He's kind of an interesting time capsule of a character. Yeah. And that does it for that mixed lot. I think we did it in 4 videos, which is a little more than I thought, but fun stuff in there. I'm happy with what came in there, and there's some things I'll enjoy looking at again in the future. So I'd like to thank you for watching. If you're enjoying watching these videos, I encourage you to subscribe. That helps me quite a bit. I hope that you're all having a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next dig. Bye.